Hi everyone, it's Kathy. How's everyone doing? I'm doing just fine. Hope everybody else is also. Today we're going to do a spinach salad. I've had a lot of spinach in the refrigerator. It's a real easy recipe to do. Now, Brady knows I have food, so he came out to see what was going on. And did you come out to say hello? Come over here. You want to come up here and say hello with Mama? Come here. I have to move the camera. I can't see you. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, there you are. All right, hold on. Hold on. Say hello. Look, who is that? Yes, that's you in the camera. Okay. All right, you can get down now. That's a good boy. All right. Now let me wash my hands. Hold on. Hold on. Keep going. That's a good boy. Okay. Now I'm back. So we're going to use my famous salad bowl, the one that I got as a wedding shower present, coming up on 58 years. Wow. 58 years. I'm sorry about the noise. It calls for, I'll go over the recipe first, and then at least if you want to copy it down, we'll get it copied, and I'll just moved it around. The salad itself is 2 small apples. I have kind of larger apples, so I'm going to use 1. And I'm going to use Honeycrisp. Goat cheese, I'm going to use feta because that's what I have on hand. Dried cranberries I have. Walnuts I have. Red onion, I'm not going to use a red onion. I'm going to use a small amount of a yellow onion. And I think that's it for the ingredients. I say 5 ounces of spinach. Okay. And then the dressing is 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of Dijon, which I don't have, but I'm going to use, I'm improvising, you know, if you have it in your house, use it. Brown mustard. And it calls also for 2 teaspoons of honey and garlic. I'm going to use this, and I'm not going to use a whole garlic clove, and then salt and pepper to taste. Okay. I don't know if I'll need the glasses or not. We'll soon see. My eyes are progressively weird, where I need them, I don't need them, I need them, I don't need them. This is a lot of spinach, but 8 ounce, it calls for 5 ounces, and the whole container it's organic baby spinach, and it's 16 ounces. So it calls for about 1/3 of the whole container. And I probably should have cut this up before I came on, but I'm not really bad on baby spinach, but, you know, not cutting it unless they're really long, and apparently a lot of these are. Some of them aren't, but it's washed. So what's the weather like for you today? It's not too bad here. I didn't even check, but I'm going to say it's in the mid to upper 70s. It's a bit on the humid side. We've had a very nice week. Calling for rain, which we can use, of course. Either, I'm not sure if it's tonight or tomorrow. I did start cleaning up the flower garden outside the front door. That required amending because I hadn't done it in a long time. So I scraped everything out of it on both sides, and I'll share it with you. But then I went, I had some, it's called garden flower soil. So I had 2 bags, and I went searching for the same brand and thinking that it was, knowing it was either Lowe's or Home Depot. And Home Depot's closer, so I stopped there, and it wasn't there. So there were a few things I would have gotten there, but you couldn't find a cart. The carts were down inside on the other side of the store. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that they should have carts when you're in the garden shop. So I said, no, I'm not going to do this. I'll come back another time. I'm going to go to Lowe's and see if they have the garden soil that I'm after anyway. So I did do that, and they were the ones that did have it. And I lucked out because they had 4 bags for $10. So I got 4 bags, and 3 of the 4 bags went quickly. I think I have just enough to finish, and the reason I haven't finished is because up in the front by the door there's a lot of thick weeds, so I didn't get at them. I wanted to actually pour out the soil so I knew whether I needed more or not, and then I would know how much I needed when I got to the door. And it got warm, so I came inside and did some things inside. I do that anyway. I go back and forth. Like I'll put a load of laundry on and then go out and do something, and then come back an hour later and get the laundry. Well, today I came back in and had to pay some bills, so I changed my clothes and went and took care of that. And then when I came back, it was time for lunch, so I fixed lunch. And then I took care of some other things, and then just said, well, I better sit down and get this spinach salad made, or it's not going to be ready for supper. So that's what I'm doing now. I said, I might as well give it a whirl, and I will video it. Spinach looks really good. I've had it in here a week. I was going to use it for Easter, and I never ended up using it. Everything else just, I don't know. You know, you wait for holidays all year round, and you would think that since there's only one Easter, you would be prepared when it came time. But everything else seems to get in the way between shopping and cleaning and, you know, taking care of who and whatever in the house. You get backed up. And that's what I did this year. But we had a great Easter. It came and went quickly, as I'm sure everybody's did. And I hope yours was good too. I think once I fill up this bowl, I don't know how much it's going to be, but it will be enough for us. I don't think my husband will eat it. I know my daughter will. She's the vegetarian. I will eat it. But I would rather make a smaller amount than to end up ruining a larger amount. So, since it's easy to make, that's what I'll do. And I'll show you what it looks like. And of course, you know what happens to spinach when you add anything to it. It wilts right down to nothing, but that's okay. Even if it's enough for one meal, that'll be great. Okay, let's start mixing this up. Put that on there. Then we're going to add, instead of the goat cheese, we're going to add feta cheese. And it's just 3 ounces, which is a fair amount. And I'm going to just, before I do that, that's where the spinach is in the bowl. It's pretty much right to the top. And that's going to be my feta. Cranberries, 1/3 of a cup. But I might use just a bit less because I don't think I have 5 ounces. That's it for the cranberries. And walnuts, 1/2 cup. These would be better had I toasted them. I didn't. That's about 1/2 cup. I don't usually do this. I usually measure. You know that. And let's see, where else are we? I gotta cut the apple. So I'll grab me an apple over here. Apple a day, keeps the doctor away. As I said before, these are Honey Crisp, which we eat a lot around here. Brady likes apples sometimes. He used to eat a lot of them, and then I guess maybe he just felt like he had too much of them. And they're supposed to be sliced, so I'm going to have them come out like that. Sliced thin, it says. It's going to be a pretty salad. I should have it in a glass bowl. And it's just as well, I guess, that I am making this later in the day because then the apples won't turn on me. Or I could have waited until I was ready to put it out and then cut up the apple. Let's see. Just a little bit more and I think we're good. Again, that's what they look like. Okay. Takes care of that. Let's see what we need. We've got the walnuts, the cranberries, the cheese, the apples, the spinach. We just need the onion. And I am going to go very light on the onion because I would prefer to have had the red onion, but I don't have one. They say if you cut the right end of the onion off, not the root, you don't water up as much. And I'm not good with onions. I water up a lot. So, let's see. What's it calling for? For the amount of the onions was a half. That's a lot for this. And it's not, I don't think I've got 5 ounces of spinach in there to begin with. So, we're gonna clean up our onion. Set this aside, get this out of here, get rid of some of the spinach. Walnuts, bring our bowl around, dried cranberries or craisins. It's going to be pretty. Okay. I don't have you in the right position to see what I'm chopping. So let me see if I can't bring you up. Is that too high? Let's see. Yeah, that's too high. Let's go down a bit. And I'm going okay. We still need to come down. All right, I will show you as we go along. I don't want to get you too far away. All right, we finished with the spinach. We finished with everything that goes into the salad, except for the onion, and that's the salad. We're going to cut up the onion. And I'm going to put that in there. That takes care of that. Now I'm going to make the vinaigrette. And we need apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of honey, one, and 2. And then we're going to need the mustard. How much of that are we putting in? It says a tablespoon. This is not Dijon. 1 teaspoon. 2 teaspoons. 3 teaspoons. Quarter cup of olive oil. Extra virgin. I got the right one? Yeah. Quarter cup. Two tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. One, 2. Salt and pepper to taste. We can adjust that later. I'm going to go in with about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. If you used a whole clove would be the amount you want to use if you used a garlic clove. Dijon, honey, olive oil, apple cider vinegar, salt and pepper. And I didn't pepper. Let's see. Okay. Smells really good. We'll mix that together, and I will give that a taste, but I'm not going to mix it on the salad yet because I don't want the spinach to wilt too soon. Let's see what we got here. There's a little honey left on that spoon, so. Oh, really good. It's mild. Probably could use a little bit more garlic. Yes, delicious. Really good. It's what it is, what it is. If I turn it, I'm going to tip it and lose you. Okay, that's it for our recipe today. I hope you try this. You saw how easy it was. There's a few ingredients for the vinaigrette and a few ingredients for the salad. And I think you're going to enjoy it. Thank you for joining me today. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps my channel, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good day.